Okay, so I need every veteran to hear me out because what I'm about to say is going to piss some people off, but it's the truth. There is no minimum credit score required by the VA to buy a home. There is no such thing as a 580 credit score. There is no such thing as a 620 credit score. There is no magic number. The VA does not say you need this credit score to get approved. So when a lender tells you, sorry, your credit score is too low for a VA loan, let me translate that for you real quick. That is their rule, not the VA's. This is what you call lender overlays. And overlays are just made up for lenders who just don't want to do the work.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I agree with the young lady. I was thinking about my dad coming off of Memorial Day. He's no longer with us, but he was able to use his certificate of eligibility to get the home that he and my mother purchased. And so she's right. A lot of lenders, a lot of social media influencers, a lot of people have persuaded a lot of you all out there not to use your VA loan. Well, today I want to give some reasons as to why you should use your VA loan, and then also touch on some of the myths that are out there so that we could bust it. Because from research that I've done, and you guys could do the same, there's anywhere between 5 to 7 of you all that have access to use the VA home loan via your certificate of eligibility, but you don't. And so we want to make sure that that does not happen because that's a benefit that you've earned. If you want to know who I am and why I'm qualified to talk about these things, I'm glad you asked. My name is Robert, and my NMLS, National Mortgage Licensing Systems license number is 180100. That's 180100. 20 plus years in the business, helping people realize the dream of home ownership. And today we're going to make sure that you veterans or even active duty folks that have access to this wonderful benefit are using it to buy your home. Now, the first thing I want to deal with, let's get the bad stuff out of the way, okay? Myths that used to be prevalent and I guess are still around today, but the myth that a lot of agents and or sellers had is that, hey, it's going to be a hard time closing a VA loan due to the property requirement, the property safety requirements from the appraisal. I could think of one that was back in the day. Again, wasn't something that was a deal killer, but a lot of people, when it comes to selling and things of that nature, a lot of realtors, they want to get that commission check, right? And so one of the things that was changed over the years when it came to appraisals was that if you had an outhouse or a storage shed or something of that nature, and it was a VA loan, if that shed was in disrepair, then it put a hold on everything, right? A subject to value until those things were repaired. Those things have since been changed, and a lot of folks don't know about it. And so, to summarize, the appraisal requirements are not as thorough as they once were. You know what? That's the wrong wording. They're very thorough. They're not as cumbersome as they were before, meaning common sense things do not slow the process down. So if you're a seller out there and you have a well qualified or a qualified veteran come your way looking to buy your house, if you heard about negative things in the past, such as that, then you don't have to worry because those things are not prevalent anymore. The second myth that I want to break from a lot of you guys out there that aren't using your certificate of eligibility, I'm talking about you veterans, right? Is the lack of education. Blows my mind, but a lot of veterans don't know that you have access to 100% of the purchase price of a home without having to pay any private mortgage insurance. Okay. And so that's huge, especially in the times that we live in now where affordability can be an issue. And you're able to get that 100% because of your service and not have to pay additional monies that don't go towards the actual principal and interest of the loan. So great benefit there. Another misnomer for those of you that have the certificate of eligibility is that you can use it more than once. I've actually helped put 4 homes on one certificate of eligibility by using the bonus entitlement feature of the program. Okay. Now, if you want information on that, schedule a consultation. The link is pinned in the top pinned comment or in the description of the video. And we could walk through your scenario to see if that's something that could possibly help you. But again, bonus entitlement is something that a lot of you all as veterans don't know. And I have a lot of savvy veterans that I've helped in the past. And not that they went out to use this product as an investment or to skirt that rule, but after living in a place or being stationed and going from place to place, they never sold those homes. And for you know it, if you're buying duplexes, maybe even fourplexes, you can have a lot of doors if that's something that you want to do. And so the third thing that I want you guys to know about the certificate, not the certificate of eligibility, but just the benefit in itself, is it's very forgiving. And what do I mean by that? I've helped a lot of veterans that maybe had a foreclosure or something in the past, right? As a result of a divorce or what have you. And they don't think, again, that they have access to it. There's changes and there's things that allow you to possibly still use some of that eligibility, if not all, depending on how much of a home that you want to buy. So the program, as the young lady was alluding to, credit score wise, is very forgiving, and it depends on the lender that you deal with. Okay. So she's right. There's no credit score requirements when you deal with the VA guidelines. And for that matter, with the other loan type guidelines that are out there, there's a lot of lender overlays that are put on top of that. And I'm not going to demonize that, because lenders, the people that are extending the money, have the right to put guardrails, if you will, on programs, because at the end of the day, it's about the investor being made whole. Whoever makes the money available for you or us to be able to leverage that program, then we got to make sure you're paying those loans back. So she's right. VA doesn't have any credit score requirements, and the VA loan is the only loan, that I know of that VA tries to do everything that it can within the letter of the law of their guidelines to help those of you that are veterans or active duty get into a house if you deserve it. And some little faux pas in the past will not hinder you. I have two examples of two folks that I'm working with right now. One that just went on the contract and again, didn't know that they had access or had the ability to use the VA certificate of eligibility. Moreover, didn't know the benefits that program offered. It blows my mind. He even at the recording of this video. Okay. And in the second scenario, someone called home loan consultation that had some past credit L's. And again, with VA, if we can document what truly happened and it makes sense, and you get a refer eligible, okay, that's mortgage jargon. That's a term for basically saying it's a manual underwrite where humans are going to look, and not an algorithm and humans, but humans are going to look. With where I originate, we have a few minimal overlays that this veteran, it looks like we're going to be able to, not the overlays, we're going to be able to deal with the overlays. It's just all about the narrative and the documentation about the recency and the lates that they've had with their credit. Okay. But you got to have a lender that's not only willing, but able, understands the guidelines, knows how to put things together, so on and so forth. So again, coming off Memorial Day, if you lost someone in the line of duty, respect, rest in peace to whoever that person may have been in your life, because those folks are a reason we're able to do what we do today, right? Real talk. And so if you have access to your certificate of eligibility, this is what I want you to know. Don't let nobody talk you out your benefit, man. Child, please, you earned it. They didn't. You see what I'm saying? And if you are running across someone who does not want to help you on the realtor side or the lender side, reach out. We have a great network of realtors that do business the way I like to do business, meaning they know how to negotiate hard for you. Though one of the folks that I'm talking about is under contract now, got a lot of concessions and a good price, right? Or if you need a good lender, I'm gonna throw my name in a hat. But nonetheless, or regardless, don't let anybody talk you out of what you've earned. So now you know the VA home loan does not require credit scores, nor does it require a lot of other things that a lot of other loans do. Here's the deal. If you're wanting to take the next step and reach out, that would be a consultation. Click the link, schedule a consultation. Let's have a conversation to see if there's a fit. And if so, we can move forward. As I stated several times in the video, would be honored to help you and your family get into your first or your next home. Watch this next video if you're not ready to reach out and learn what a proper pre-approval is, because that's something that you want to learn as you are preparing yourself to reach out to a lender. That way you could get right in to understanding what your numbers are, because you are educated on the process.